All right, what's going on? What's going on? Today is August 2nd, 2023, and I'm doing my daily recap for the day. Um, 'Cause today we took a trade, and it was a drum roll, please. It was a loser. I mean, what you guys expect? Now let me stop. So, daily candle did not look like this. First off, let's just start at our weekly time frame. I was expecting last night for it to break down through this low, which it did. Yesterday Asian session, I was expecting price to break lower to pass these lows coming right here. I did want to kind of get up here for the daily high, but I ended up not getting in, trying to stick to my trading plan. And I guess this is where back testing is going to come into play. Um, and this is where I'm seeing the lack of back testing truly affecting my strategy and me as well. Well, I wouldn't say it's affecting my strategy because decided to delay this until New York session, and there was still a trade set up there for me. Um, I just wasn't up early enough. But yeah. So I was expecting price, to do is do. Been a pretty down. Been expecting price to go down. Now it's time to get into the mix of it things. So before New York session, right, I expected a sweep of highs. So we always want a sweep of the previous session high. For here, it was that London sweep of a high right here. Now, once we had got this at 7 o'clock, which I was up for it. No, I wasn't. I was asleep and missed the uh, 3 minute break of structure would have been here. So now I'm looking for any sort of retracement. Once this candle broke down like that, I'm looking for any sort of retracement back into the zone, which, being honest, we did not get. Okay. We just simply didn't get here. So I was looking for a second entry. And then I had seen a second break of structure here. And I had took off the retest here, off the 1 minute. Let's take a deeper look. Alright, so I took off the retest zone of this fair value gap. My entry was simply here. I wanted a short entry so I can catch the longs of these lows down here. But the only thing that was bothering me of this trade was how close my SL was, which, as you can see, was pretty damn close. Looking back in hindsight, I kind of wish I placed it above here. That probably would have been the way to go. Place it instead of placing it so close here, right? Maybe giving it a little bit more breathing room and placing it here. That's the one thing I could have seen me doing differently with the trade, but great execution on the trade. Just it came down. I took partials here, and then I wanted it um, mistaken. Yeah, I took partials here, and I wanted it to go down here before I moved it to break even, but didn't get a chance. Rallied up, stopped me out, and then proceeded to go in the other direction. News happened 8:15 and completely dumped. What I should have noticed after news, this is what I'm realizing now in hindsight, was this breaker block that was formed here, because this big candle here with the order block took out these highs, and it was also a chance of re-entry here and here, which I wish I would have noticed in due time, because my overall direction is bearish. So it would have been perfect to pop an entry right here for the sells. I could have maybe had stops above here, or to be safer this time, I definitely would have put it above here. and then I would have taken it maybe for a 1 to 2 here, honestly speaking, right? Just based off of that. But that's if I wanted to play super safe. If I wanted to play super a little bit aggressive, I would have put it this down close candle here, praying that it doesn't go above that down close candle. Which would have been pretty good. Would have had an entry here, or let's say wanted to wait a little bit after news, would have had an entry here, and then we could have took it down to the downside, for a beautiful 1 to 3, and even more honestly. But that's just the trade analogy. I'm gonna put my failed trade in the trading station. So I want to mark up my trades. I am so confused, honestly. I I just want to be profitable so bad that it just kind of sucks, you know. Yeah, just I want to be profitable so bad. Um, yeah, yeah. Um, I want to be profitable so bad that I guess I didn't make an execution error here. Did I make an execution error? Maybe. Maybe the only area I could see me making an execution error was just simply the stop loss. That was just it. And I guess not waiting for an actual entry to show up. Like, for example, this was a breaker block entry. If I go to my trading plan, I'm either supposed to be entering off a fair value gap, optimal trade entry, order block, or a breaker block. And well, this entry here could tell you one thing: was not an optimal trade entry. It was not an optimal trade entry. Maybe it was. Was it? Yeah. It definitely was an optimal trade entry. Was it discount and premium? No. It wasn't discount nor premium. I mean, being honest here. Once we got a break of this low here, and then get a solid break between here. Like, and then like my entry. Mm. Yeah. I mean, we didn't get an entry up here into the fair value gap. So, was this honestly a real entry? That's the best question to ask. I mean, it wasn't an entry on my 30-minute. Was it an order block? No. All right, 5-minute. Yeah, 5 minutes basically what I remember. That's what I was playing off of. But it wasn't a real entry on my 5-minute either. It was a rushed move because I didn't want to miss out on the move. The real entry should have been down here. So I did make an entry mistake. My bias was correct. And that's the big thing. Like, I'm predicting where it's going. I'm just messing up on my entries. Like, I'm predicting where it's going pretty well. I've just been messing up on my entries. This should have been my criteria. It should have been it right here. I mean, this should have been the original trade. But I'm rushing my trade setups. I'm trading before news and I'm rushing my trade setups. And I'm not taking one of the entries that's on here because I'm rushing because I don't want the trade to leave me. That's why I lost this trade. I did not follow my set rules. And I'll just have to take that in account next time. But this was the honest trade. We had to break a block here. Shit. Once we got above this high, no. We had to break a block here. It's the main thing. Because we already got our liquidity sweep. Now we're just looking for our zones of entry. Entry zone should have been here. Here. I mean, like back to back, like here. We get to sweep at the high. Like, okay, cool. This is even better. I'm going to show you. This is even better because we're getting a breaker block and an order block in the same one. Should have been our zone. Pinpoint accuracy. I mean, this is it right here, man. But rushing the trades. So what is the lesson learned here? The lesson learned on this trade is to so dribble, but be patient. Don't enter until you see one of your entry criteria pop up on the screen. Just that simple. All right, guys. Till next time. Peace and love.